Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the show. Tough times never last, but tough people do. I'm Michael Kuzilny, and thank you once again for joining in on this lovely Wednesday night. And thanks for saying g'day in the street. There's some beautiful people who watch the show. I thought it was only the young ones and the people in prison, but the other day I had this lady, she was 89, and she gave me a big hug, so God bless you all. And I hope you're getting through your issues. And how was your week, Alita?
It was good, but just still learning at 42, learning all the things I'm doing wrong, trying to discipline the kids and doing that wrong. I've had a stressful week with a family friend who's suffering from depression, trying to help them through it. And at 42, I have really learnt the importance of recommending people to the right psychiatrists and things like that. I think for a few years I actually thought, before I'd experienced my friend going through this problem, I was actually more along the lines of natural therapies and, you know, a bit of gym and all this sort of stuff. I thought, you know, that can pull you through. But seeing this happen has opened my eyes to the amazing professionals out there that are psychiatrists that really, really they're needed. They're needed out there.
Good point, viewers. And, you know, it's quite amazing. The doctor surgeries, 1 in 4 people go there for depression or some mental health illness. So it's such a complex and busy world, isn't it, folks? 60,000 thoughts going through our minds every single day. And I've been saying for the last 5 years, and some people listen, some don't, but meditation, you've got to clear all that junk, that monkey mind. You know, just 1 hour of solitude every single day, and you really find that sense of detachment. And talking about meditation, we've got a very happy interview coming up. Henry Nissen's on the couch. And,
hello, Michael. Hello, Alita.
Hello.
And Henry, we went meditating on, well, we've done it a few times. We've done it at the Buddhist temple in East Brighton.
Exactly.
And we did it at Flying Souls on
yes.
Thursday.
I tried a different position on last Thursday at Flying Souls, so I couldn't fall asleep like I normally do.
Because you fell asleep at the Buddhist temple
Yeah,
one time.
I did. I was too comfortable.
Too relaxed. That's a good thing, isn't it?
Well, we were meditating
Your
after all.
form, yes.
And viewers, just to, you've probably seen Henry before if you've seen the show, but he's come on many times, at least once every season. But we've both seen the good and the tough. I've been around the criminal justice system for 25 years. I listen to sad stories every single day. Henry's been helping the street kids for more than 3.5 decades.
Yep.
But your life journey wasn't that simple either.
No.
You came here as a migrant.
That's right.
Similar background, I think, Ukrainian.
Yeah. And my mother was Ukrainian and my father was Polish. They're both deceased now, but both fled from their native countries and met up in Russia before at the start of the war, and both lost their families during the war, the Second World War, and as a result they were both two shattered immigrants that got together in Russia and then after the war emigrated through Germany. So I was born in an immigration camp in Bergen-Belsen in Germany.
Well, Alita, we're very lucky that something happened and we've got him here in this country.
Yes, that they connected.
Exactly.
We served this country for
my great-uncle escaped from the concentration camp and made his way to Australia, and he and my father, through the immigration camp, traced down his uncle in Australia.
Wow.
And we got permission to come to Australia. So here we are.
And your parents, Henry's parents, were they in the concentration camps when
they died? I think, well, I don't know
no,
really.
Yeah, they don't know where that came.
My parents have died, and my impression is that both their parents died before the war, but I don't know for sure.
And viewers, it's quite interesting. I always remember speaking to this old lady outside the court. She said that when she was much younger, she saw her whole family being burnt in a Nazi camp, and she said as she was walking out the prison, she could smell her family through the chimney, but that was her husband, children, everything, and she just walked out, and she said she had a choice. She could have been miserable or even killed herself, or just get on with life, but she emigrated to Australia. But can you imagine that, walking out and the whole family is taken?
I don't think anyone could ever imagine what that would feel like, and that would just be with you forever.
I can't imagine it either.
Yeah,
and
it's one of the biggest atrocities in
well,
this lifetime.
Well, all war is terrible, and innocent people die everywhere on both sides.
People can be beautiful and they can be very evil too, can't they?
That's right. It's all part of nature, unfortunately. But as we grow, hopefully we learn to improve ourselves.
To live together.
Exactly. But because the war left my mother a mental wreck, my mother was in and out of hospitals, and as children, I was at that time, I was one of 3 children and then one of 4, and we would all go into children, and then one of 5 children. So throughout our early lives, all of us went through children's homes. When Mum was sick in hospital, we'd be taken off to the children's homes, and we went through many a children's home.
Did they
different ones at that?
Did they in those days? Did they diagnose her as having just a mental illness or something? Were they specific in those days?
No, they weren't specific, but they thought it was a mental illness. Later on, they said it was bipolar, but bipolar hadn't been established at that time. But so, as a child, being taken away by your parents, and your father would... Now, my father worked day and night because they were poor people, and my dad was working day and night, so he only had time to come and visit us on a Sunday. And, of course, you don't understand all that at a young age. All you know is you don't want to be taken away from your family environment.
A lot of fear.
There were many years of hardship in that respect. As we grew older, we could stay home because my father didn't need to look after us because he was too busy working day and night to make ends meet, to keep us in with a roof over our heads, clothes to wear and food to eat. And so as a result, it was a terrible childhood. There were a few happy occasions, but very sparse.
Interesting. But you remember the good times?
I do. I think we had the birthday parties were good because
How many brothers there was?
I had an older brother, Solly, who passed away, a younger, my identical twin brother, Leon, and my younger brother, Paul, and my younger sister, Alexandra. There's my older brother was 1.5 years, 1 year and 2 months older than us. He's since passed away of cancer.
And we'll talk about that after the break, God bless you. And it's a sad shame his brother died and his brother's wife died, but life is tough for everybody. We just have to make it better, but we'll be back very shortly after the next break. Thanks for watching.